So today's an exciting day. I got the new pfSense mini device that they have. So it's right from Netgate, right from their website. And this is the unboxing of it. So I figured, I don't usually do unboxing, but I will. I got a t-shirt too, so that's included in the box. I got stickers, which are important. They're accessories I ordered because I needed some pfSense stickers for things. I got a receipt from Netgate saying that I have the new, what is this? sg-1000 microfirewall security appliance. Now, this is a new toy from the guys at pfSense. So we'll leave the sticker right there. There we go, fuzzy on it. I'll put my shirt on today to do the rest of the video. But I wanted to get this, test it, do some speed tests, see how it is. Huge fan of pfSense. The downside about pfSense is, well, I get not a downside. The hardware's not dirt cheap. It's not like buying an expensive firewall, but these are only $150. And they come in this awesome red, which is kind of exciting. And a power supply, some feet we can stick on there. What else do we have in here? More stickers. Boy, I didn't order this many stickers. Thank you, pfSense. And thanks for the stickers. Let's open some stuff up here. So we got a standard micro USB cable. The firewall itself, which kind of reminds me, I don't think it's actually built on a Raspberry. It's not actually, I'm sorry, it is not built on a Raspberry Pi, but looks very Raspberry Pi-ish. On the end here, see if we can close up that a little closer. It says console, USB OTG power, and they have a standard 5-volt DC. They include the adapter itself. Wow, it's a 5-volt 3-amp adapter. And that's pretty much all that's in the box here. So we got the adapter, we got the device. I think you can get them in red or black. They look way cooler in red. This is metal, so that's making it actually pretty nice. I mean, that's pretty cool. So I'm not huge on an unboxing, but at least I'll show you what comes in the box and unbox it, so you guys can see what you get when you get this cool little device. But I'm going to get to what's important to me: functionality, price, and of course speed test, and seeing how this compares to some of the other pfSense ones I've tested in the past. But or even, you know, because this is still more expensive, but I'm a big fan of Ubiquiti too, and they have dominated the less expensive router and switch space, but they don't have as many features as the pfSense box. pfSense has the full features. I actually, I don't know if I'll do it in the first video, but I do want to try out the VPN on this because I'm curious just how well it can handle VPN traffic. I mean, it's 150, it's small, it's tiny. It only has 2 ports on there, but definitely a cool little device here. So let's get to the testing part now. All right, so now it's all plugged in, up to date, and we can really start digging in and taking a look at it. It runs like any other pfSense box. The default IP address is the same 192.168.1.1 with admin and pfSense being the default password. Now we're going to notice right away it's running the beta ARM. That's how they shipped it. It's running ARM, and it's because the ARM development release as of here in January 2016 is still a beta release because it's a recompile. This is not x86. Now it is built on the Cortex-A8 processor. And let's kind of run down some of the specs right from their website here. So this is the 149 for the SG firewall, micro firewall as they call it. It does seem to be running full pfSense, low total cost of ownership, no limits, add-ons, fully functional, all the same sales pitch we have with all the other ones. The 512 non-ECC DDR, single core, I don't care much for that. It does come with 2 gigabit Ethernets on there, but that's not overly helpful because the one downside of this, it's not capable of routing at full gigabit speed, unless I'm missing something here. So this is kind of an inside look. They have it on here. I've got it plugged in right now with the 5-volt adapter. It has a little passive heat sink. It's been running for a little while. It's warm to the touch. It's not hot, not like I would worry about it, but it is a little warm. And it's nice metal box, so I'm not worried about it melting or anything like that. And it's not so hot that it would worry me, like I said. With only 2.5 power watt consumption idle, it's pretty it doesn't draw a lot of power. But one of the things I noticed when going through here is the menus are a little sluggish. It does not fly through the menus. It's got not bad on some things, but well, let's say I'm going to go and do a diagnostic, and let's take a look at the states table. And there's a delay. And we're still delaying. Let me drag over a screen here. You can see the load averages going up here. This is me SSH'd in there. And it's got a little bit of sluggishness. But I guess for a single core processor, it's going to do that. You're going to have that kind of a little bit sluggishness. Now, the other thing I noticed, because a lot of people may want this for traffic shaping, so I got to let you know right now, that service isn't working on here. Now, I don't know enough specifics about the hardware to see if it can ever be supported on this, but when you go to the traffic shaper, it right away tells you that the chipset doesn't support it. And from what I've read, there's not really a true traffic shaping workaround. It does support queue limiters, so that can be configured on here to set that. I believe that's under the firewall settings NAT, and you can set up a limit for each one's, but it doesn't actually do traffic shaping, so you can prioritize, for example, SIP traffic for your phones over standard traffic that's going on the network. So that's kind of a disappointment that doesn't support that, because you get that with some of the edge router boxes, but you at least are getting a great open source firewall here. You're getting all the standard pfSense with all the cool features of pfSense. So overall, I'm pretty happy about that. But let's get to a speed test. I wanted to see just how much can this route, and I've already done all the pfSense videos. I'm not going to run through every menu in here, other than being maybe a little sluggish. It's pfSense. I also not sure how good the VPN will work. I'm not going to test that, but I would generally expect really poor performance out of the VPN. I don't think that goes without saying. But let's talk about the what kind of throughput we can get, because that is a big deciding factor. If you have a really fast internet connection, will this handle it? Up to what speed internet connection can you have before you're going to run into a problem? So let's get the speed test going. All right, this box is on the other side of the network, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a speed test to this one. And we got 92 megs per second. I'm going to run another one just to try it. 92.2, so maybe a little bit faster second time. And I'm going to drag over this time the top running on there, and we're going to run one more speed test. So you see the load average slowly dropping right now, 4.51, 4.15, but when we run the speed test, it really pins the processor. Jump right up there to 6.7. I'm going to hit it off one more time, but you can see this is really a strain on this, just trying to keep up with it, and we're not getting that impressive speed here. This is 91.7, 91, 91.9, 92. It's actually going down a little bit as we keep hammering on this. I think we actually slowed it down running top on here, because now we're straining the processor more, running more stuff. And let's move to just a different interface real quick, so it's not refreshing, because it's also, if you notice, it's actually taking up bandwidth, or I'm sorry, taking up processor power just to get the interface, the PHP interface, the refreshes that it has for the dynamic content on the screen. So just by moving off that screen, we'll actually see that now top is back up to the top as opposed to the Nginx. And run this one more time, see if it's faster without that screen open. And there we go, it's back up to 92 just by changing to a different screen on there. So I'm not trying to beat up on pfSense on this, but this device is a little bit underpowered. I would say it's not a bad device for your home. You're going to get all the cool pfSense features. You're going to be able to play with all the firewall settings. You're not going to be able to do traffic shaping. You are going to see an issue if you have a home connection greater than this 92 megabit limit on here. So if you have a really fast home connection, not going to work. The reality is, where I live, most of us do not have such a fast connection today. But generally we install these and we expect them to last for years and years. So I'm a little hesitant to really recommend this to people for this reason. Like, it may be good for an office, but you just have to be aware, if you're in a small, little couple person office or want to use this at home, that you're going to have some connectivity issues when they start rolling out some of these gigabit and higher connections that are available. I mean, not too far from here, you can get fiber connections. This would be your bottleneck at that point if you were to get something that fast. So the good and the bad with this is it is full-blown pfSense. It's nice. It's really small, as you've seen from the unboxing. It's kind of cool looking. I like the red color it has. But performance-wise, you have all the cool pfSense performance, but you don't have much speed. This is kind of an underpowered device. So would I recommend it? If you want to play around pfSense, it's a great small device. It's a great little firewall. If you needed to set up maybe a small VPN where you're not going to push much traffic, sure, this is pretty cool. Your own personal firewall that you could connect when you travel, that would be great too. Is it a really high performance firewall? Not really. With this slower performance that you're going to get. If you're somewhere that has really fast internet, this is going to slow you down. This is going to create the bottleneck between you and the outside world. So while I really like the device, I think it's really cool, and I'm a huge fan of pfSense, running it on this maybe a little bit weak. But at the price point, if you wanted to, without going to a used computer or something like that, you wanted something with pfSense, you can get it for that. So I'm sure the quality-wise, like build quality is really good and feels good on it. So I don't think it's going to die or break on you, but it's not going to be that screamer you're looking for. So if you like the content here, like and subscribe. Appreciate you listening. Thank you.